Order, order. Hello and welcome to Reporters Without Order. This is the podcast where we talk about what made news, what didn't, and something that absolutely shouldn't have. And today we have two stories to discuss. One of Tanishka's, who has done a story on Mukhya Mantri Majhi Ladki Bahin Yojana. I hope I'm pronouncing it right, Tanishka.
Yeah.
Okay, and Tanishka is joining us from Mumbai. She is on ground covering Maharashtra elections. And we have Shivnarayan Rajpurohit in the studio to talk about his story on Rahul Gandhi's YouTube channel. So, but we'll first start with Tanishka because she's still covering Maharashtra elections and she has little less time on her plate.
In Mumbai, it's a city that never sleeps, remember?
So, Tanishka, first please tell us that what is this Mukhya Mantri Majhi Ladki Bahin Yojana?
Sure. So it's a scheme that the Mahayuti government introduced right after Lok Sabha, between the Lok Sabha and the Maharashtra Assembly elections. As you remember, they didn't perform very well in the Lok Sabha elections. And this scheme provides rupees 1,500 monthly to women from the age of 21 to 60 who come under a certain bracket that their family annual income should not be over 2.5 lakhs. So so far, the women who have received all the months assistance, it's a total of 7,500. And if you've been following news of the Maharashtra elections, this scheme has really taken, it is being called the game changer of the Mahayuti government. And it is everywhere in Mumbai and Maharashtra, in the sense that the advertisement is in the newspaper, it's on the metro, it's on the billboards. The publicity amount also given to this has been a lot, but it's clearly working because the people I'm speaking to, all the women know about the scheme. Like, I've not really met anyone who's unaware about the scheme. So the publicity is definitely, the awareness required to introduce a scheme is definitely working. But yeah.
When was the scheme launched and like how many months it has been since?
It's been about 4 months. So it's exactly in the period between the Lok Sabha and the assembly elections, about 4 months.
So have they able to create that buzz? Is it the first thing on the women's voters' mind when you talk to them?
See, the buzz definitely is there in terms of people are talking about it. I was even speaking to women about how they got their, how did they make their accounts. So they all sort of, got together, had discussions, took help from people. And because everyone wants that, everyone needs that extra income, no matter how much it is. But in terms of, is that going to be the main driving force behind their vote? I'm not really sure in Mumbai if that is going to happen, because my story focuses on two slum clusters that are part of two completely different constituencies in the city. And the women there, most of them do acknowledge and appreciate that at least there is a scheme, because in Mumbai for women, after a long time, there is a direct cash transfer scheme. But most of them have said that they're not going to be voting based on this, because it is 1,500 per month, but the prices in Mumbai especially are at an all-time high when you talk about inflation, when the price of, it's almost, again, speaking to women from different constituencies, different lanes, they were speaking in the same, it was the same sort of echoes of their words. Everyone was talking, everyone was listing the prices of rice, of oil, of dal, of literally everything, and saying that, the 1,500, it literally goes like 50 rupees when you're spending it. Like, in today's age, there is not as much value for it. It's not like they completely disregard it. They do acknowledge that at least someone is doing something. And in terms of, when I ask them, has it changed their life at all? Have they been able to use it? So everyone uses it. I mean, they are like, matlab, paisa kahan se bhi aa raha hai? We're going to use it because we need it. Like, and these are again slums of Mumbai, and not the Dharavi slum that gets a lot of attention, gets a lot of media coverage, but other slums that often go unreported on for a long time. Even now, when I go to the slums versus when I did 10 years ago, it's still very narrow lanes. Their problems are also the sort of basic necessities that you would think have been resolved in the financial capital of the country, when it comes to not enough electricity, when it comes to water shortages, when it comes to just basically roads being safe and garbage not being all over the place. So since this is not a Lok Sabha election, this is sort of the primary concern of the people. And of course, the price rises. Like many of the women told me in so many words that um, instead of this amount, if they would instead reduce the prices of goods, we would appreciate that much more. Because they were, to quote one of the women, she was like, एक हाथ से आ रहा है, एक हाथ से जा रहा है, एक हाथ से वो दे रहे हैं, एक हाथ से ले रहे हैं.
But do you think that the scenario would have been different in rural parts of Maharashtra?
100%.
Because
Yeah. I was talking to our colleague Prateek yesterday to sort of discuss what he has found on the ground because he's also doing a similar story. And he said the response in the rural areas is much more strong. It may be the driving force for women when they do vote, because we also do know there are, I mean, enough studies and all political analysis always do speak about how cash transfer schemes really work very well in terms of, because it is tangible, it is not and something that is like, we will do this in the future, or we will sort of overall reduce the price of something. It is directly in your account. And for a lot of women, actually, even that I met, this was the first, I mean, they had their own individual bank accounts. They opened it just for this scheme. So that's a big thing, because otherwise it is a joint account that they have. So I do get the sentiment that there is that intent of giving them agency, which of course every woman should get, but I'm not sure how much it is working, at least in Mumbai, in the urban slums of Mumbai, because I asked all of them, whether they were able to buy themselves anything with this amount, something that they really like or they want, or something just for themselves. And a couple of them were, but most of them were not able to, because it's like 1500 kahan hi jata hai, matlab, yeah.
So you think that price rise is gonna be a big issue, at least in Mumbai?
Yeah, 100%. Inflation, even during Lok Sabha, which I was on ground covering, inflation and unemployment were two of the big factors, and now also they are, which I think is a pan-India scenario. Of course, there is a lot more. There are so many more layers in Maharashtra when it comes to literally everything, especially politics. Because, for example, one woman told me that she has been voting for Shiv Sena for years, for decades actually, but she likes Uddhav Thackeray. But she doesn't like Congress, and Uddhav Thackeray is with Congress now. So she's just like, I'll vote for the Shiv Sena symbol, which is the Eknath Shinde Shiv Sena, which is the BJP Shiv Sena. So these alliances, there's still confusion. There is still also just restrain in really understanding who is the real Shiv Sena. That question has not really been resolved. So yeah. And also Mumbai is a extremely, even the constituencies I went to, I was only able to speak to a handful of people, maybe about 20 women I had proper conversations with. But the population is so crazy that I still don't feel comfortable using that sample to, say that, okay, it's not going to work. Because, yeah, and there are so many different areas. You never know where it is working, where it is not.
But I wanted to ask you that, these kind of schemes stem from what we had seen in Madhya Pradesh from Shivraj Singh Chauhan, where it became a big factor, like Ladki Bahin Yojana.
In Maharashtra, it's Ladki Bahin Yojana.
Yeah, in Maharashtra. So it kind of stems from those schemes in Madhya Pradesh. But do you think that... But do you think that this has actually increased the vote share of women voters in... Like does Shinde has less women as voters in comparison to men, and maybe this is...
I'm really not sure about that, because this is also the first election that he is fighting, the state election alone, because otherwise it was the undivided Shiv Sena. And for this story also, I'm not looking at vote share as much as vote preference, who are they voting for. And another interesting factor is that some of the women also said that, okay, this is Ladki Bahin Yojana, but now Congress also has actually in its manifesto announced a Yojana in which they will give women 3,000 rupees. They have, doubled that amount. So one of them was also like, ek se nahi to dusre se to milega. So it's also, I mean, in a way good for the beneficiaries that at least now the stage is set that no matter who comes to power, at least, I mean, both the alliances have made promises to women. So, yeah.
Or is it also an image makeover kind of a scheme for a politician, like to be... I don't know, like I've never been to Maharashtra. So like there are some schemes which are just not to get votes, but also for an image makeover. So,
May take over in what
is he
way?
popular among women voters? Is Shinde that much popular among women voters, or
In
his
Maharashtra, it's
perception amongst women has changed after these kind of schemes?
Maharashtra, again, it's hard to differentiate in terms of gender, and instead of gender, mostly the constituencies would be a much better way to compare, because there are six huge constituencies, and everything like complete. For example, even Ladki Bahin Yojana, what I am telling you and versus what Prateek would tell you may be very contrasting things of what we've understood on ground, because it's very difficult. I mean, one of the constituency I was reporting from yesterday, which is it is a village, it is a slum cluster called Nehru Nagar. Most of the people, their main concerns were actually their electricity bills, which have been really, really high. I mean, they have been starting from 3,000 till like 15,000 per month. And this has completely sort of wrecked their monthly balance of, earning and spending. So it's because in Mumbai, it's not the same. I mean, a slum in Mumbai versus a village in rural Maharashtra, it is very different in terms of their how much they're spending, where it goes, because rent in Mumbai, even in slums, is really not cheap.
Yeah. And now we move to Shiv's story, the YouTube formula of Rahul Gandhi's fight for the future. So Shiv, first please tell us, like, what are Rahul Gandhi's YouTube numbers?
Rahul Gandhi's YouTube channel, in fact, currently has 8.8 million subscribers. And the YouTube channel has uploaded so far 2,700 videos. So Rahul Gandhi's team started this YouTube channel in 2017. Very late started compared with Narendra Modi's YouTube channel. Narendra Modi began his YouTube channel in 2007, 10 years before Rahul Gandhi.
Oh.
And Narendra Modi has 3 times more subscribers than Rahul Gandhi's YouTube channel. So Narendra Modi has 26 million subscribers.
But that's also with 28,000 YouTube videos which he has uploaded.
Yeah.
This is like 10 times more videos than...
Frequency of uploading videos is much more Narendra Modi's channel than Rahul Gandhi's channel. It has much to do with not much to do with, but you also see the starting point. Narendra Modi was the early bird, started 10 years before, and Rahul Gandhi jumped onto the social media bandwagon very late. Earlier, he was very skeptical of social media. Maybe I was speaking with a few journalists who have covered Congress for long period. So they were saying Rahul Gandhi was not big fan of social media strategy.
Why? What would he say?
His idea was that we should have people on the ground. Our grassroots, people at the grassroots, they can make us win or lose elections. But social media would not have that much impact. But the
digital game didn't matter to him that much.
Initially, yeah. But then they realized the importance of social media, the engagement on Narendra Modi's social media channels, Twitter or Facebook, or how the BJP has used WhatsApp groups to push their narrative during elections and after elections.
When was that? Was it in 2017 or even much later than 2017, after 2019 Lok Sabha elections?
Oh, when he started...
when the Congress started, like when was that the Congress started paying attention much to their digital game?
So until 2019, most of the videos that were uploaded by his team on YouTube, they were related to his speeches, his monologues, or his speeches in public meetings. So they were not sort of interactions that we see nowadays, where he goes to a tea shop or where he he goes to fields, he meets farmers, he invites female farm laborers to his house. So these interactions or these creative videos were not there until 2019, at least.
That changed after 2019 elections.
No, so such videos started coming in. Such videos coincided with Bharat Jodo Yatra, which started, first leg of Bharat Jodo Yatra, which started in September 2022. So that was the tipping point for Rahul Gandhi's social media team, because there was this content very natural content. They didn't have to look out for content because Bharat Jodo provides so much content for Rahul Gandhi's social media team. So people say the content is king, right? So if you have good content, and then everything falls in place. So even during Lok Sabha elections in 2019, they tried some experiments, inviting students or inviting small businessmen. He held interactions also, but those videos seemingly did not come across as genuine. Or I mean, for any outsider, it would seem that these interviews were staged or these interactions were staged. But nowadays, maybe some of the interviews are also staged, but he looks very natural. He looks very comfortable in front of the camera. So I think the social media game, Rahul Gandhi's team or for that matter, Congress also, they upped their social media game from September 2022.
So it was Bharat Jodo Yatra when they realized that, there's a lot of natural content. But what exactly changed Rahul Gandhi's mind? Was it like much later when his YouTube videos started doing well, or was it in 2022 when they were like, chalo, let's experiment with?
So before I answer this question, I would like to go back slightly when the Congress held a Chintan Shivir in Udaipur, where they discussed the organizational structure, how Congress can be strengthened organizationally. So there at the time, so they decided one person can't hold two posts. So one person, one post. So at the time, Randeep Surjewala was the communications in charge of the Congress. So I think he was also given, he was also in charge of Karnataka or some other state at the time. So I think he was in charge of communications for around 8 years until then. So I think that was that was one of the triggers why Congress also changed the social media team, communications team. So at the time, Surjewala demitted office, and Jairam Ramesh took charge as the head of the communications, overall communications. Then Supriya became the head of social media, but Rahul Gandhi's team, social media team, works independent of the Congress communications team.
Okay.
They work in tandem in some aspects in terms of content or
but they are two different teams.
Yeah, but they are two different teams. And Rahul Gandhi's social media team is headed by Srivatsa YB, he joined Rahul Gandhi's team in 2021, much before the Udaipur Chintan Shivir. Srivatsa was earlier Karnataka social media head. So the reshuffle in Congress and Rahul Gandhi's team also contributed because since Bharat Jodo Yatra, we have seen earlier the Congress would only react to BJP's charges or allegations. Since then, we have seen how the Congress goes about pushing their narrative. They are not reactionary. They sometimes they set the agenda.
That's the change, at least, that has happened on their social media.
Social media, yeah. In the press conferences also. And Jairam Ramesh was very, he would not wait until next day to reply to any allegation, any charge, or if there is something in news, so he would tweet, or he would, the Congress would hold press conference. So this is the change that people have seen since Jairam Ramesh took over. And that change also rubbed off on Rahul Gandhi's team, and Srivatsa they also got some professionals on board who can make sleek videos, who can come up with good content strategy. And it was not only Srivatsa, but people from other departments, other wings of Congress, they also contributed what kind of content we need to push. So most of the content since Bharat Jodo Yatra we've seen on YouTube is very organic. So they didn't have to look for content. They don't have
to go out and make content.
Right.
It was just there, and they had to capture
so
it.
Along the way, you meet so many people. Rahul Gandhi is running, so it's just 30-second clip, and it's a big hit. Rahul Gandhi stops somewhere. He talks to a chaiwala, and that's also a big hit. But initially, the interaction which people could see on YouTube, the interactions were very, very short. But as he went along this social media path, the YouTube path, so interactions became longer. The YouTube videos became longer. So that shows how confident he has become over the past few months.
And
about his YouTube and facing the camera also.
Achalia, he was not that confident.
He was not confident, I can't say, but if we look at the YouTube, if it's about public speeches, then of course, you have to go about, because you are political leader, you have to go about giving public speeches, monologue, right? But when you are interacting with people one-on basis, asking what problems they are facing, providing solutions, so that you have to be slightly natural. So I think that naturalness he acquired slightly later. So some people from Congress said that the negative with Rahul Gandhi, one of the negatives with Rahul Gandhi is he does not stick to the speeches written for him. He speaks from his mind. He says what he wants to say. And that's also there in YouTube videos where, it's part of the story. I would not reveal everything because the story is behind paywall. Some sources from his team, from the Congress team, also told me that...
Where you'll try to...
Yeah, so there are more videos which are dropped than uploaded.
We'll come to that part later.
Right.
But then you're saying that this is a good thing that, they thought that maybe it's better to, make organic content around how he's interacting with people. That sounds more convincing.
Right. So you can be selective what you want to show to people. So for example, there was this, he goes to DU campus, he goes to this men's PG mess, I think. He goes to North Campus and he interacts with the students there.
There's this one
So the
video.
interaction, some of the people I spoke to who were part of that interaction. So some of them told me that the interaction lasts for an hour, over an hour. But the video is not that long. Video is very short. At the same time, there was another video of some digital journalists interacting with Rahul Gandhi, raising their issues, raising their concerns, how it's become difficult for them to work in current environment because of threats, intimidation, or notices from the government. So the interaction lasts for more than an hour. But the YouTube video is, I think, less than 4 minutes. So on YouTube, on social media, what you want to show, you can be very selective. You can show only the positive aspects of Rahul Gandhi. And if
you have more command over literally everything.
Right.
Even where he would have gone wrong in his, in his public, in his private interactions with people, they have the command to drop it.
Right. But it also, earlier we were comparing Rahul Gandhi and Narendra Modi's YouTube channels. Of course, Narendra Modi's channel has much more videos than Rahul Gandhi's channel. But if you look at the views per video of both the channels, Rahul Gandhi's channel is much better. Views for Rahul Gandhi's videos approximately 4 times more than Narendra Modi's. So for Gandhi, it's 8.44 lakh views per video compared to Modi's 2.18 lakh views per video. And
that's a huge difference.
So that's 4 times more.
But I'll go back to what you had said, Congress is really selective in putting out, in deciding, which videos should be uploaded and which videos should not be. And they have more command over this. But in the last 3-4 years, we have also seen that Rahul Gandhi is not giving any media interviews. And they're seeing this as a channel, YouTube or social media as their only channel. Rahul Gandhi is seeing as his only channel to interact with people. So what's the reason behind that?
Of course, I was speaking with Supriya Srindh, who is the Congress social media head. So I asked her the same thing, that do you see YouTube as an alternative platform where you don't have to, as an alternative platform to push your narrative, push your agenda. So, and that's why you sideline the media. So she said both are not exclusive to each other. So we go hand in hand. We also interact with the media, and we also use social media, including YouTube. I think she was speaking from the party's perspective.
Right.
My question was very specific to Rahul Gandhi.
Right.
So she could not speak about Rahul Gandhi, but on the party line, she gave me the party line that we also participate in debates on TV. We also write columns in newspapers. So we do both. But if you look at Rahul Gandhi's history with the media, latest history, like last 2 years history, he has not given interviews to anyone, any journalists, but he has given interviews to only YouTubers.
That too also not YouTube journalists.
Yeah, I think one of them could qualify as YouTube journalist, which is Meena Kotwal from Mook Nayak. She could qualify because they do journalistic work. But rest of them are either content creators
or political content creators like Samdesh.
Yeah, content creators or food vloggers.
Or lifestyle people like Curly Tales.
Yeah, food vloggers. So that's what he has done. So Priya's told me that a lot of journalists have approached the Congress and Rahul Gandhi's team for an interview, but they flatly denied, because she said the media is very adversarial towards the Congress and Rahul Gandhi. And some sources also said that to create this image of Pappu, being a Pappu, somebody who is novice, who doesn't know about politics, much about politics, so media had a big role to play. So maybe Rahul Gandhi did not take it in his stance, and maybe that's the reason why he didn't want to interact with the media. But before 2024 general elections, in 2019 he gave interviews to almost everyone.
That's what I'm saying. Like in the last 3-4 years, I've not seen him interacting with media at all.
Right.
But at the
same time, Rahul Gandhi has also created a space for himself where he can show his own image without this intermediary where you interpret what he has said or you select. I mean, of course, the media is biased in so many ways. Like it's not.
But that's the mainstream media. No, what is his problem with not giving interviews to independent media outlets, or him not talking to even newspapers? I've not seen him giving interviews with Express or the Hindu or any newspaper. Like the only thing I could remember him giving one quote to Financial Times.
First, Rahul Gandhi's team or people in the Congress, they believe that in creating this Pappu image, media played a big role, huge role. Before 2019 and after, I think that image makeover happened after Bharat Jodo Yatra to some extent. So he was able to turn the tables. But why he's not talking to the independent media, that's a big question, which I don't have any answer. Because one reason is that independent media houses, they don't have that much reach, that much influence, and
that's what he feels.
That's what he feels. That's what his team feels, that because of influence, because of impact, and if by just putting a YouTube video, it's like feed, right? It's like ANI feed. You put out a video and all newspapers, all media houses, they run that video. So he doesn't have to go to each person, each newspaper or each TV channel to push his narrative, to spread his message.
But don't you think this is also coming from a part of like arrogance, that he does not feel that he needs media at all? Like he's not the only politician who has been berated so much. Like, there have been other politicians as well, and like, isn't it goes also against his progressive values that about. Like, he stands for progressive values and press freedom is one of them. So, what is your opinion about that? Or like, have you, like, was it there's a chatter inside people you've spoken to?
If you are in politics, there are no permanent enemies, there are no permanent friends. So, if somebody has berated you, say 3 years ago, you can't hold it forever. As I was talking about how the media's impact, independent media houses' impact or influence is not that much. By the same time, there are some experts who told me that just to make sure that these videos are well received, they are propagated well, everybody, more and more people watch it. You also you require media at the end of the day, because back home in villages, people read Hindi newspapers. So if they are not covering your videos, so the latest video is he's zipping through zip line, campaigning
in Kerala,
in Wayanad, campaigning for Priyanka Gandhi. So if this video or this campaign is not covered by Hindi newspapers, people would not get to know about it.
Exactly. This is never going to become news.
So the media's role in propagating and spreading Rahul Gandhi's video messages, it's very important.
Right.
It cannot be played down.
Right.
The Congress has to see it.
Are his party workers convinced with his decision to not talk to media at all?
So the biggest flaw, when I was told by Rashid Kidwai that Rahul Gandhi, he's one of the most prominent leaders in India. He's LOP now. He holds constitutional post, and he's among very few leaders who does not have media consultant. So I mean, he had very valid question like, who are the people who have advised him not to interact with media
at all? Right.
Yeah. So his theory was that if the day Rahul Gandhi starts interacting with media, the coterie of Rahul Gandhi would lose its relevance. That was his argument. Why Rahul Gandhi is not interacting with media, or Rahul Gandhi is not allowed to interact with the media. So there are two things. So Rashid Kidwai believed that Rahul Gandhi he can face all kind of questions. He said he's well educated, he's well articulated,
right?
And he can answer all the questions.
Right.
He can speak on all kinds of subjects. It's not that he's afraid of the questions, unlike Narendra Modi, who hasn't held any press conference.
Right.
One press conference where he did not answer questions. So Rahul Gandhi goes to press conferences, he answers questions. Giving interviews is not a big ask for Rahul Gandhi.
Exactly.
But how Rahul Gandhi has been influenced by his team, his core team. I mean, that's how Rashid Kidwai saw it. And Rashid Kidwai also said that giving interviews to media would not reduce your stature. It will only help the Congress in spreading its message. Rashid Kidwai said, like, who doesn't want to interview Rahul Gandhi?
Right.
Is there any media house
and then
who would say, no, we don't want to do this?
And then how does it make him different from, Narendra Modi, who also does not believe in press freedom? It raises big questions, will he encourage press freedom tomorrow if he becomes the Prime Minister of the country? That is to be seen, because he also wants so much hold over everything he's putting out in the world. So there's also another thing which you had mentioned about which shows how much control he wants about what he's putting out in the world, is that you had just mentioned that there are more number of videos which are dropped than the videos which are uploaded. So what are the kind of videos which are dropped?
First, I'll tell you the reason why these videos are dropped. So there is a third party called Teen Bandar, which is based in Mumbai. It's a communications PR firm. So they edit videos. They also shoot most prominent videos of Rahul Gandhi. Otherwise, Rahul Gandhi has his own team also that shoots videos. So once at the editing stage, they see what Rahul Gandhi has said. They want to make sure Srivatsa's team also is part of. Srivatsa has the veto power, so he can decide which video will go, which video will be dropped. So the most common reason for dropping a video is that if this video is out, it might have political cost to it. It might dent Rahul Gandhi's political image. It might become meme material for the BJP or for other parties.
So they're very cautious.
So they're very cautious what they put out. They're very cautious about each word uttered by Rahul Gandhi in such interactions. And so one video was, I don't want to name the leader. If I name the leader, I think I would be outing the source. One video was about a leader with whom Rahul Gandhi had an interaction, just like former RBI governor had an interaction with Rahul Gandhi, and the video was put out on his YouTube channel. So similarly, there was another leader, political leader in this example, and in that interview, Rahul Gandhi said something against minorities, something against marginalized communities. So had that video been uploaded, it would have had huge political cost for Rahul Gandhi. Maybe it would have ended Rahul Gandhi's career. Another example is when Rahul Gandhi's team invited Dalit journalists to his house, and one of our colleagues.
For full disclosure here, like one of our colleagues, Avdesh, was also a part of it.
So one of our colleagues, Avdesh Kumar, has also written on his interaction or other reporters' interaction with Rahul Gandhi in that meeting. Though the video was not uploaded, and I think all the reporters were not allowed to carry any recording device, and from his memory, what he noted down. So he penned down his experience, what transpired in that meeting.
Avdesh has done that.
Yeah, Avdesh Kumar. So that video was also not uploaded. The reason was, since Avdesh has told us, Avdesh has written about it, the moment Rahul Gandhi entered the room, his first question to all these Dalit journalists was, tell me, is Mahayuti Dalit or not? So he's questioning the very identity of Mahayuti. So had that video been uploaded, I think,
or would it have dented the same Dalit voters he's trying to take on his side.
Right. Now his whole political plank is constitution, saving the constitution and saving the Dalits.
And him saying this in private would have had huge consequences.
Yeah, huge political fallout for the Congress and Rahul Gandhi. So such videos
are dropped.
And you also see the frequency is not as much as as Narendra Modi's YouTube channel. So the Congress leaders also lamented that we need to increase the frequency of uploading videos. So I think the latest video, which is the Wayanad campaign, it has come out with a gap of 12 days. So just one video in 10-11 days on YouTube.
But this says a lot, no? Like the kind of videos which are being dropped, and like how the videos have to be edited, like how the politicians in India have found, not just in India, but how the politicians have found a way through the social media and have found a way to have more command on about how they present, how they want to present themselves. Like I feel it's also dangerous, like tomorrow when they come into power, they'll also feel that, that the media is not that important. How we have seen in the BJP.
They've taken it from BJP's book that there is no need to interact with the media. Our top leader doesn't have to interact with media because he can do it from his social media accounts, from his YouTube
And then
channel.
How will they be different? That's the question. That is something to be seen.
Right.
But my last question is that how does Rahul Gandhi decide to which YouTuber he has to talk to? Because we have seen him talking to Curly Tails. And there's this one food vlogger also he has spoken to, he's also very popular, where he had gone, in that video he's gone to Al Jawhar restaurant in Chandni Chowk and had also drank this Mohabbat ka Sharbat.
Yeah, with Kunal Vijayakar of Khane Mein Kya Hai.
Yeah, so how do these, how do they decide that, they have to do these kind of videos? Because Curly Tails I've seen has done most of her videos are with, the BJP leaders.
I wouldn't go into Curly Tails' background, but how they decided to give interviews to these 5 YouTubers, five people. It was decided by the Rahul Gandhi's team. So they handpicked these people. Most of them, I wouldn't say all of them, because Kunal Vijayakar told me that it was both ways. I got in touch with the Teen Bandar, which is the PR team which edits videos and shoots videos for Rahul Gandhi, so YouTube channel. So he got in touch with the Mumbai firm, and then that happened after he watched Curly Tails video, because he's also a food blogger. So he was like, if Rahul Gandhi can be interviewed by Curly Tails, why not by me also? So that's how he got in touch with Rahul Gandhi's team and Teen Bandar. But other interviews, at least 3 of them, in 3 instances, Rahul Gandhi's team approached them rather than they approaching Rahul Gandhi. Maybe because it went well because at the time Rahul Gandhi's team was also looking to popularize Rahul Gandhi's YouTube channel. And not all of them had huge following, but at least Samdesh, Curly Tails and Kunal Vijayakar, they had huge following at the time. Still they have grown, but not so much. I can't say that Shyam Meera Singh and Meena Kotwal had huge following on YouTube. But Meena Kotwal and Shyam Meera Singh, they pushed Rahul Gandhi's narrative, because Shyam Meera Singh was terminated by Aaj Tak in 2021 after he called out Modi. He called Modi shameless prime minister. So Shyam Mira Singh and Meena Kotwal for her stories on Dalits and marginalized communities, I think they fit in the narrative that Rahul Gandhi was trying to push. Us samay, at the time he was saying ki daro mat. So Shyam Mira Singh was somebody who called out prime minister. And I think that's why I asked Shyam Mira Singh, like, why do you think Rahul Gandhi asked you? Were you surprised? So of course he said I was shocked. Why Rahul Gandhi would choose me to interview him? So my next question was, do you think that Rahul Gandhi chose you, his team chose you because you fit in that Daro Mat narrative
of them?
Oh yeah, how journalists are working under pressure, they are being intimidated, or they're not allowed to express their views. So Shyam Mira Singh agreed to some extent, like, yeah, maybe that's why I was chosen. Meena Kotwal to some extent also, because she writes on Dalit issues.
On Dalit issues, yeah.
And it was a huge political plank for Rahul Gandhi to attract Dalit voters. So these players were chosen either to increase Rahul Gandhi's YouTube followers, or push a certain narrative of Congress and Rahul Gandhi. But at the same time, the dark side of, people say it's not dark side, that at least two YouTubers who interviewed Rahul Gandhi, their flight tickets were paid for by Rahul Gandhi's team. And there were other YouTube journalists, not content creators, who were also approached by Rahul Gandhi's team to popularize his channel. So they refused to interview Rahul Gandhi by saying that we cannot let others edit our interviews. So I think Rahul Gandhi's team set this condition that Teen Bandar would edit out this video. And first we will put this video on our YouTube channel. After that, you can put it on your YouTube channel. So some of the journalists said that this compromise with our editorial independence.
Right.
How can we let third party edit our video?
So those interviews were totally dropped.
They agreed to everything. These YouTube journalists and Rahul Gandhi's team, that yeah, we have scheduled interview, but YouTube journalists pulled out because of these conditions, that the YouTube video would be edited by a third party, and
then it will be
the video will be first uploaded on Rahul Gandhi's YouTube channel. So these conditions, they said we can't abide by these conditions because of our editorial independence. So if we are interviewing,
but that speaks a lot about, how his team is functioning, that they don't want anything uncertain at all. They want command over everything.
That speaks volumes about Rahul Gandhi, how Rahul Gandhi's team or Rahul Gandhi sees the press, the media.
Yeah.
If they come to power, I don't think so they'll be different from what Narendra Modi does to the media.
That is to be seen. Let's see. Like, that's a big statement, but let's see.
Yeah, I think Aam Aadmi Party is doing the same in Punjab.
Yeah, not just in Punjab, but in Delhi also.
Yeah.
Like, we don't.
If you write anything against Aam Aadmi Party, I don't think so any journalist would be even allowed to enter their
press conference. There have been several instances where,
a lot of journalists have been, even single article, they've been thrown out of the WhatsApp
press
groups.
Conference. Yeah.
Yeah.
This brings me to the point that, how press freedom in this country is being eroded every day, and independent media is playing a huge role in saving that, and especially Newslaundry, because we are not paid by big money. We depend on our subscribers, that is you. And so if you're not a Newslaundry subscriber yet, please consider becoming one. And we have two senas going on, like our reporters and our editors are on ground covering Maharashtra and Jharkhand elections. So please go to our website and contribute to these two funds. But last thing from you, what's your recommendation for our viewers this week?
I'd like to recommend a story in Dialogue Earth, which is called Imbalance of Power, Women at International Climate Negotiations. So it's a very interesting deep dive that shows how women's representations at UN climate conferences has actually barely improved in the last 30 years, especially women in South Asia. And it also explores as to why women delegates are missing in COP. So I think it's a timely story. And I not mention the reporter's name. That is my fault. But her name is Shalini Kumari. So yeah, do read that. And also just I would urge our viewers to check out our reports from Maharashtra and Jharkhand.
And also my recommendation is Srinivasan Jain's interview of Ajit Pawar, which is making a lot of headlines in other newspapers.
Yes, and in Maharashtra, it's definitely the talking point. And in Delhi, I'm assuming.
Yeah, it is. It has
the most shocking thing is how come Adani was part of the political negotiation.
Who knows, by the time the interview comes out, maybe there will be updates.
And with this podcast is adjourned.
Journalism at Newslaundry is powered by the public. Because when the public pays, the public is served. Visit newslaundry.com/subscription and pick a payment plan of your choice. Pay to keep news free and independent. Your future, and indeed the future of democracy, depends on it.